He's in the bathroom.
Sorry, Louis. Please come to order. Everybody refrain from the cell phone till the meeting is adjourned. Pledge led by Mike Villiard and prayer by John Freelon. Please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stand.
Lord, thanks for the opportunity to gather here tonight with the town council and the rest of the leadership and citizens of the town of Meadow. May you be with the council and the mayor as they move the town forward, and as you with us all as we start a new year.
Thank you, gentlemen. Approve the minutes of January 5th, 2026, public hearing. Motion made by Nancy, second by Jody. Any questions? Audience, any questions? One time, two times, three times. We're going. Jody. Aye. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Kip.
Aye.
Mayor report. Ordinance following the adjudicated property. Bryce, you want to kick over this?
Yes, sir. So we have 7 properties that we introduced ordinances, I believe, in the last meeting, and these would basically be approving auction sales for each of them. Just a quick reminder, adjudicated property is a property that if the property tax was not paid, and the property tax sale is divided differently. So what I'll do is I'll read out each of these 7 ordinances, the content of the ordinance, and we can have a small public hearing if anybody in the public wants to comment on any of them. You'll notice the property numbers, we originally had a list of a lot of properties, so the property numbers are kind of all over the place. We were able to reduce them to 7 properties, some of them will duplicates on our list. So what we have as property 16 would be an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for a property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from Catherine Enterprises, Gerald T. Fontaine, Victor J. Petrie, to the highest bidder with a minimum amount of $1,243.20, and authorizing the mayor to sign, execute, and administer said cash sale and any and all relevant documents. So if anybody in the audience wants to have any comment on that sale.
Actually, any comments one time in the audience? Two times? Mr. Gerald?
These sales, where would they be held?
Mr. Jones, can be online, I think the site is Central Bidding.
Central bidder.
But I can let you know for sure.
Okay, now, the successful bidder, is this where you have to wait 3 years to see if the property owner will pay the property taxes?
No, so the three-year limitation is when you have your property tax sale. So these properties have already gone to property tax sale and nobody bid on it.
Okay.
So that's when it becomes an adjudicated property.
And then it's immediate possession, whoever has a successful bid. All right, thank you, sir.
All right, third down, any other questions? Why, do we vote on it individually, or?
No, we're gonna in the meeting.
No, at the meeting.
Correct, yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, property number 3 is an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from Joseph Morrow, State Bank and Trust Company of Golden Meadow, Mitzi Miller Cherry, and Leonard J. Miller III, to the highest bidder with a minimum bid amount of $2,123.85, and authorizing the mayor to sign, execute, and administer said cash sale and any and all relevant documents.
All right, any questions from the council or the audience? Mr. Gerald?
Yeah, when it be posted online, will they have a property description and location?
They will have, there's a property, this kind of a shortened property description, which is kind of what you see, basically what you see on your tax notice.
Yeah.
But I think we have property descriptions of, like, longer property descriptions for each of them.
I see.
So if you need that, we can, if you
Thank
call
you.
down, I'll provide it.
All right, 2 times, 3 times, all right, we can, next item.
Okay, property number 17, would be an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from Weldon LLC, Sandra Felleries, Dewey, Brad, Joseph Dewey, unopened succession of Alan Wayne Thibodeau, Tammy Thibodeau, to the highest bidder with a minimum amount of $2,757.62, and authorizing the mayor to sign, execute, and administer said cash sale and any and all relevant documents. Now, Mayor, even though this was on the original list that we introduced the ordinance, since we printed the agendas, there's another part of the law that says we can sell directly to an adjoining property owner if we've been maintaining the property for a year. And it's my understanding that there is a neighboring property owner that fits that description that's interested.
Yes, sir.
So I would recommend when we get to this on the agenda that we not approve the ordinance. Instead, there's a different ordinance that we need to introduce tonight that will allow us to have a direct sale. We can introduce it tonight and then approve it next week.
All right, any questions from the audience? Mr. Gerald?
When it states a non-warranty, that'd be a non-warranty by the town of Golden Meadow?
That's correct, Mr. Joe. That's part of the statute is that the town is not making a warranty of ownership or anything. It's kind of an as-is, where-is sale.
Anything that would come up from a legal standpoint would be on the successful bidder?
Correct. So they need to definitely seek, if there's any concern at all, they should be seeking legal advice.
In other words, no title clearances are done before?
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions? 2 times, 3 times? All right, we'll move on.
Okay, property number 8, an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from Thomas Nathan Shern, Stephen Richard Shern, Wayne Joseph Shern, Charles Richard Shern, Patrick F. Shern, Cheryl Ann Shern, Cynthia Shern, Muslim, and Darrell Reeshan to the highest bidder with a minimum bid amount of $1,036.30, and authorizing the mayor to sign, execute, and administer said cash sale and any and all relevant documents.
All right, any questions from the council, audience? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times? All right, move on.
Okay, property number 15, an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from the Gary Godey and Victoria Matern to the highest bidder with a minimum bid amount of $1,405.78, and authorizing the mayor to sign, execute, and administer said cash sale and any and all relevant documents.
Any questions, council, audience? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times? All right, all right.
Okay, property number 10, an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from the unopened succession of Roy Joseph Keith and the unopened succession of Donna Lynn Ginger Keith to the highest bidder with a minimum bid amount of $1,281.53, and to sign, execute, and administer said tax sale and any and all relevant documents.
All right, any questions from the council? Audience, one time, two times, three times? Okay, right.
Here, property number 3, an ordinance approving a non-warranty cash sale agreement for a property adjudicated to the town of Golden Meadow from Evelyn Duce Smith, located in the town of Golden Meadow, to the highest bidder with a minimum bid amount of $2,101.18, and authorizing the mayor to sign, execute, and administer said cash sale and any and all relevant documents.
Any questions from the council? Any questions from the audience? One time? Yes.
George, I did not know the bid put in, and I don't know the bid when I came in.
Okay.
And I'm just curious, what, you're selling property, or just showing that the property is up for sale?
You want,
Yeah,
I can answer, he can answer. Go ahead.
So this would just be approving a sale of adjudicated properties, which
So
would
the
be.
property is being sold.
Correct.
But taxes haven't been paid, the taxes that haven't been paid. All right. Okay. If no further questions, need a motion to get out of the public hearing.
I'll move those
questions. Moved by Mike, seconded by Nancy. We'll vote on it, Jody.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Chip. Connie.
Aye.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
next item on the agenda, Mayor, we need a vote on each of these ordinances individually.
I'll make a motion that we move forward with the deal where we remove property 17 from this ordinance and introduce a new ordinance for property 17.
I'll tell you that.
So to clarify, that would be to approve all of the ordinances aside from the one for property
Yes, sir.
number 7.
All right, oh, there's a motion made by Mike, second by Chip. Any questions?
So Bruce, each ordinance could have the same.
Correct, that's fine.
Motion
We can
and second.
approve them all of them.
Audience, any questions, one time, two times, three times, we'll vote on it, Jody.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Chip. Connie. Ayes have it. You want to do?
And just for the benefit of the audience, it's gonna be on between, the auction is gonna start February 11th through February 13th. And if anybody has any questions about what's the website we're going on, I can let the Tracy, it's all town hall.
Okay. When you want to handle 17? Now?
That's up to the council. I had it in my report.
Oh, you have it in before we use it. Okay, that's fine.
Be here, if you want to add it, I'll add it.
You can do it now.
Okay, there's a motion made, about keeping the hand. Right
To
down,
the agenda.
add it to the agenda. Second by Jody. Audience, one time, Mr. Gerald.
What happens to a property if there are no bids on
Let me get back to you. They're all gonna get business if they're.
Okay.
So I got four.
it? Let me ask a secondary question. If there are no bids, is the town of Golden Meadow allowed to bid on it?
No, but there is a mechanism under the law where a town could take ownership of the property. So if the town wanted to do that, and there's different options, but
Yes.
we'll
Okay.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, audience, three times, we'll go on, Jody. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Chip. Connie. Okay, Bryce, you have the floor.
Okay, this would be, I would ask that y'all introduce an ordinance, I believe there's a copy of it, in your folds, and this would basically allow a direct sale of the property that we listed as property number 17, it's 114 Meadow Lane. That would be for, the amount would be for higher than what was in the auction, because it would include the cost that the town incurred in tearing down the house, several years back, so the full price, I'll have it in front of me, but it's somebody
So,
has it.
yeah, $14,855.
Correct. So if the town's in favor of doing that, this would be to Mr. Brad and Ms. Sandy Ewing. And we could introduce the ordinance ordinance tonight, call for a public hearing in the next meeting and consider that issue.
Morning, brother. Move we need the ordinance.
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion made by Keith, second by Nancy. Any questions in the audience? Any questions? One time, two time, three time, we're going, Jody? Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Chip?
Aye.
Tony, ayes have it, okay,
So Mayor, this would come up at the first February meeting, for a public hearing and pass.
okay. All right, so Tom,
Yes, sir.
who is yours?
Condemnation proceeding, first property up, for a year is BC 1080, that's 2621 Northland Drive. This property was condemned on June of 2025, and demolition bid awarded to BM Construction, or that was young. The town's attorneys, set up the demolition to begin on or after December 7, 25, however, at the January 5 meeting this year, council requested the town's attorney to send owners a notice to attend tonight's meeting and voted to give the notice until this meeting to make progress on demoing the property or taking the property. An update is due today.
2621 North Bayou is basically in the same shape that it's in, or has been. Recommended to stay on the condemnation list until everything's completed and finished.
All right,
The owner provided a letter which is in the big white binders.
I think they got their permit, right?
Oh, yeah, been out of that.
They have like 180 days to comply with their permit. They got 180 days to do something.
all right, Brian.
So under the way I interpret what John said, is that they have, the permit is good for 180 days, so that we do the work. You know, having the permit and the condemnation proceeding are two separate things, so. I did speak after Mr. Charpentier sent the letter, I did talk to him, he told me that he was demolishing the second story from inside, and that his plan was to just make it a one-story building. I think that's what the permit covered. So, yeah, that was his update to me.
Saw he worked on it Saturday. Mr. Inspector, did you notice any material on site?
No, so I didn't see any change.
I was just wondering, because, I don't know, I mean, he, on this one, he started off, he was tearing it down, then he was gonna make it a one story, and then Bryce stopped me if I'm overstepping, but he got this property, he got the property behind, he got his residence across from the school. He's got, and, let's see, he's got something going on with a house down Dorset. This is just one of many. I mean, we voted to tear this thing down. Some kind of way along the line, we backtracked. I mean, I think him having a permit, hold him to a higher standard, you know what I mean, got to fix it right. I think that's the right thing to do. Because the building's in pretty bad shape. And, you know, I mean, I think he should have been here myself, I don't know what y'all think about that. But, I mean, what y'all wanna do, God? I mean, we just giving them time, I think we're getting played on this one, my opinion.
Jody, your comment?
We got a permit, I mean, we were done to.
There's two different things, the permitting and, you know, this is demolition.
That's about.
Okay, Nancy?
You know, I stopped and talked to him today about 3 o'clock. He had, Saturday and today, he has been clearing a lot of stuff out. He has most of the second story floor in the middle portion out. You can't really see that from the outside, but, you know, as he's communicated to you, Mr. Mayor, he's taking it down from the inside out instead of you could tell the roof is it is too weak to get up there and tear it out how you normally would. So he's cutting everything out from the inside off of scaffolds and taking it down.
Mr. Chair.
Could I make one suggestion? The inspector from South Central Planning, does he do an exterior only inspection? Or does he go inside the structure to see the inside of it?
Exterior.
Exterior only.
If we do the exteriors, be sure it's strong enough and by another hurricane, it won't, nothing will blow in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's the main object of this project.
But on this one with the permit, it's, you all to keep them in check too cold with the permit, right? That's what, John, that's what you told me last meeting, right?
Yes.
So on this one, they're gonna be looking on the inside as well, I would think. You know what I mean?
So it's a demo permit,
Right.
and I don't know if I'm speaking out of school, because I'm just a condemnation guy, and not a demo guy. But, you know, my inspector's responsibility is, and I want him to stay in the lane of condemnation. The department, although he works in the department, the building inspection department, different inspectors get assigned to do different things at different times and in different places. And so relative to the inspection of the demolition, I don't know if it's gonna be him or some other person. So, I know I'm very cautious about him giving opinions and directions on the permit when he might, on the demo, and how it's progressing. Because it's not construction, it's tearing down. So when once he gets it demoed, and then he wants to do something else other than demolition, he's gotta get a different kind of.
Different permit. But like in the past, if I'm not mistaken, John, like he had stopped the permit process, he had reapplied, day of a meeting or same week as a meeting. That's kind of his demo, like, he works Saturday, he works right before the meeting. I mean, he doesn't show up, he sends this letter. I mean, I kind of took it, insulting our lawyer, insulting us to a point, you know? I mean, I think we're going backwards with this.
Nancy, you got something?
I'm just wondering if this is really realistic, what he's trying to do. The building is in really bad shape. I mean, tearing it down, that's one thing, and you're gonna build back up on those bricks, and he's got big holes in the wall where I don't even know how sturdy those bricks are. Would y'all have any input on that, on how sturdy that really is, that building? Or not?
No, it's gonna have to be something that has to be a structural analysis done, they gotta, building plans gotta get approved and reviewed and all that kind of stuff.
Those have been.
Oh, they have been?
I think so.
Well, that's why I should not say it.
They have been. That's not something like.
Structure is approved,
I think
yes.
so.
Now, you're saying the structure has been approved. There's a difference between the plans being approved and that specific structure being approved. What South Central would have done is approved the plans that he presented. So if he's gonna rebuild something, the plans that are being presented are what are being approved, not that building.
Correct. I think there was a difference between those two.
All right. Good, Nancy?
Yes.
Mike?
I'm like, we gave him a permit to demolish or whatever he's doing, so I feel that we should give him the time to do the demo. If we wasn't gonna give him the time to do the demo, we shouldn't have issued him a permit to do the demo. We should have moved forward with the contractor that bid on the job. That's just my opinion.
So now you feel like you should give him the 180 to
don't know, I asked that at the last meeting, how long it was, and I never got a straight answer. How long the permit is good?
I saw he put paper and all around the top building, like he was gonna do the top too.
Yeah, but he did move the scaffold inside, and he started tearing it down from the inside, I saw all of that going on, but I saw like that going on, Saturday, I wasn't in town, so I don't know what went on Saturday.
All right, he gave his opinion on it. No opinion. Okay, first of all, I got an opinion, which I don't vote, but, I guess the first thing, sent in a letter that he said he's not coming to the meeting, which is not showing good faith that he wants to do work with his council. Second of all, this project was started to protect our community for the next storm. To be sure our structures in town are secured, because that's plenty y'all do, when you come back home, you have damages from your neighbor, mostly from not your structure. I mean, on the south side of that structure there, you got the old grocery store, you see J. Gidry's house. Young people came in there and must have spent $300,000 or $400,000 to pick that place up. So you get a bad rain from the north or whatever, and start blowing on that house there, plus the neighbors behind them. This young lady fixed that house by herself, fixing it all up. I'm more concerned about the neighbors. You got the neighbors on the north end. You know, man, the gentleman bought that house in the back. These houses are not cheap. We're here to protect our community. And I feel that he's not here in good faith. And I think he only works in the days that the inspector goes. I said this at the last meeting. There was 131 structures that were torn down. There's other people that couldn't afford it, and they took it down. It was the right thing to do to protect our community and protect the neighbors. It's about the people that's left here. We've got to protect them. If we're not going to protect them here, I mean, we need to move forward. We treat this a little different than we treat all the 131 structures that were torn down. And I said, this is my opinion. It's not fair to the neighbors. Thank God we didn't have a hurricane, this hurricane, because it would have been not pretty. I mean, the mission went off for him on the 6/4/25. And he was in the end of the list, that's what he fell at. They had 130 people before him before he got on the list. I just feel we're getting played. Kid, the comments you made the last couple of meetings, I agree with you. That's what's happening. The permit is good for 6 months. Nomination, that's another issue we need to vote on. Tell me if I'm wrong or right, Bryce?
Two separate issues.
Two separate issues. So we gotta decide, we want them to tear it down, or give them 6 months, which will be back into hurricane season.
Yeah, that last meeting.
You know, where are we going with this? Or we gonna just take this and close the book and say it's over? Is that what we want? I don't think so. We wanna work with the people, but the people needs to work with the council. This man back here has been tearing his building out a little bit at a time. You know, he's here every meeting when we ask. He wants to do the right thing. This guy's not even here at the meeting. I think it's an insult, you know, and that's my opinion, you know?
And he's been on the list for 6 months, almost 7.
Longer than that.
No,
Longer
since
than that.
325.
He's been in the book
Since
since
March
day one, but
25th.
we're taking 10 at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
And you was just over the last 10 or 15, the last 10 or 20.
That's when his condemnation order was issued.
But again, it's all about protecting the neighbor. I mean, like I said, these people on the south end, y'all right, these people put a lot of money in that place.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, you got your home, you know what I'm saying? And look, we're friends, but we're friendship and what's best for our neighborhoods and our community. This is what we're here for. I mean, I think y'all have the heart for that, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're running for.
How much he has in the permit, John? Roughly,
What do you mean?
cost wise?
I do not know how much that costs.
This one here.
But
It's less than $1,000. It's probably $100 to $200.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I just wanted it on the record.
all right, Joe, you have a question?
Just to be fair to everybody, okay, he got a permit, we can vote to tear down anytime. It's still a little ways from Hurricane Season. Just give him another little while longer. If he doesn't do that, we can make it, anytime we can make that motion to tear down, right?
Yeah, you can do it tonight.
I'm making a motion tonight to tear it down.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, give him a little more time, and if you don't, just to be fair to everybody.
We've been given.
If we still got a little way, you don't have to go 6 months, another month. If you don't do it enough, then maybe we'll do something different.
That's your opinion,
Well,
that's your opinion.
just trying to be
But
fair.
again, I gave my opinion and I stick with it. So, you made a motion?
I made a motion.
Motion made by Keith, Garrett, Price.
Yeah, and that would be, so the next step would be to give them a demolition notice, so what date we wanna set that for? Like, basically, we tell them, we're coming to demolish this structure no sooner than a certain date in the future, and at that time, the contractor can show up.
I'll give them, I'll go 2 weeks because he got a bunch of stuff in there, I saw that side. I rode around a couple of times Saturday.
So the first meeting in February, which
Yeah.
is the second. February second.
I'll go 2 weeks to get his stuff out.
And that's where that cost of 12,000.
Is it costing more than that to fix it the code the proper way?
You thought it was 12,000.
The
That's
demo.
it, should demolish.
The build again.
One thing I wanna say, you hit the nail on the head, as the neighbors, all I'm gonna say is, I live in this town, and I ain't got like insurance on my house, because insurance is so hard. So I'm gonna take it on the chin, I stay for it, okay? I fix my own stuff, but I got my daughter, which is just starting out, and they got mortgages, and they have to pay insurance, and the insurance rate's so high. So yeah, you neighbor, if you want people in this town, I'm just telling you, the young kids are taking it on the chin as far as insurance. The older ones roll the dice, but if we get another Cat 5, we pay all the damage in our pocket, and how long will it take it? So,
All right, there's a motion made by Kip. Asking for a second one time,
I second.
a second by Connie. Any further discussion? From the council, discussion, any questions from the council, the audience one time? Two, Tom?
So, if in the next 2 weeks, he gets up to the point where he said he was gonna build back to, is he still gonna get demolished? Basically saying if he gets that top story completely down to the
Or
bricks.
if the council votes to demolish it, yeah? Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's where we at.
We would be making a motion to, if it's no sooner than, what date is it, February second, will be the first meeting. On that day, the contractor could show up, or medium construction could show up and tear it down under the ordinance, regardless of what shape it's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
My question is since there's nothing that's been established about him getting this permit and him only having this amount of time to get it taken care of, you're giving him 2 weeks and you've given him a lot of time, right? But he got this permit and he doesn't have a date of when it needs to be done. I just figure we need to think about as a council to figure out, okay, so this doesn't happen again. We're gonna give him, say, 2 weeks from getting this permit done, and then the next meeting, if it's not taken care of, then I would make the motion to demolish it, because, I mean, what if he is just pulling your strings and waiting, and now he actually is gonna do what he's supposed to do, because then he has the time to do it, he just chooses not to, and now he's going to. But I mean, it's just not set in stone how long you're having that permit. He's allowed to have that permit. Because I'm sure there's other people that have permits too, and they would kind of use it, you
He's the first one to
He's
pull
the
that
only
trigger.
one. That's a interesting situation.
Here, that's my biggest thing, like I said, that's the first time we issued a demolition permit. To me, the demolition permit shouldn't have as much time as a building permit. I understand the 180 days for that, but maybe we should, I guess we have to have above a here and pass an ordinance where you get 90 days to do your demolition, or 60 days, or 30 days, whatever it is, but to me, we should set a time.
Since you brought that up, Mike, you should
Set a time.
few months back, I asked you about the permit thing, did not, sir? Is it effective? I called you and asked you about the permit thing some time back. You know, I'm kinda waiting my, you know, it would throw things off, it would say a different time frame, but I thought of, you know, I brought up, or thought of, okay, I talked to them about the permit process before Mark ever came up, or bought one, or however you wanna look at it.
What gets me is 6 months, 7 months he could have fixed this building. He chooses the days he's gonna work.
Correct, but
Once
there
a
also
week.
is nothing stated of how long you have to, from getting the permit. That's what I'm saying. He knows y'all keep giving him time. But now that he's got this permit, he has umpteen amount of weeks and days because it's not stated. That's all I'm saying. So it doesn't happen.
All right, any other comments? If not, we'll go on.
I just wanna make sure I understand. So the permit is to, it's to tear down the top floor. That's what the permit is for, to tear down the top floor.
So the permit's in your packet, and John, I hate to put you on the spot.
If he tears down the top floor within 2 weeks, we still gonna tear down his building. If
The
it's that
scope
bad.
of work is a residential re-roof, roof covering replacement, and rafter replacement.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that this includes whatever demolition work is required to get that done. That's the good answer, that's the permit, that's what you
The
got.
permit is to demolish the top story and rebuild the first story.
So if he does that, tear down that top floor within 2 weeks, we still gonna tear down his bottom floor?
So the way the ordinance reads, which I would pass tonight, is that the contractor could go there at any point.
Okay.
Not to confuse all this, but again, this is the condemnation proceeding, so what we should be looking to in making our decision is whether he's addressing whatever issues were raised by the building inspector on the original, on the original condemnation that was.
And that's my thing, Jody, he kinda, sorta, since he's been, he barely kinda cleaned the yard even. You know what I mean? He's not saying that to help himself at all in
We
this.
all wanna help people, Joe. Don't say, you always say we wanna help people, and we vote on it, then make the council decide, I mean,
One
that's
thing
what
with
you
this
you gotta vote on it, but the thing is, we are helping the people. We're helping the people in the neighborhood.
One thing with this council and the mayor, no one can say we don't give them a chance.
No.
We give them a chance.
Yeah, we did.
We did, we've tried, we've been trying. That's why I say he almost don't wanna help himself.
And he's not here tonight, Joe, you know? Well, the letter said why he wasn't here. And we all had a copy of it.
Yeah.
So, if there's no other questions, we'll vote on it. Jody?
Okay.
Nancy?
Aye.
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 Kip? Connie? All right. Ayes have it. All right, proceed with the process.
Next property is DC 1078, which is 128 Theodore Lane. This property was condemned in June of 25, as to the owner's name, also in August to the occupant. The demolition bid was awarded to be in construction. The town attorneys sent that interested parties a demolition, notice of demolition. That's again, order up December 5th. At the January 5, 26 meeting, the council votes to give the owner occupant until this meeting to have their attorney contact the town's legal counsel regarding issues affecting property and to explain their plans regarding construction. And that's it.
This 128 being on lane, the house is still in the same condition. I would recommend to stay on the condemnation list until everything is
Okay,
So, while you're at the you represent the property. I tried to call him, Mr. Ray.
don't think you own the, you own the house, right?
That's why the lawyer I talked to, couldn't tell me much more because I called him and see. So we're trying to deal with that and get with you.
So you're basically just a renter, right? I mean, we spoke about, yeah, you pay rent or no? No rent, I mean, we spoke about like, I think it was solar, right? Then they just confused with that, that's not. But, you talk to the road home people or whatever?
I didn't know I had to call him, somebody said he wouldn't talk to me if I didn't own the house. So I called FEMA and they got all the information, I uploaded everything.
Jody, what about your contact with the store there? You don't think that would, you would maybe call?
You own the house.
That's true.
Yeah. The one I talked to, the lawyer was about property, he said our house is not in their office.
Right.
And it might still be owned by concession rental, Ms. Wilma Elmer. It might still be, I don't know who owns it, but it may still be owned by the Reynolds estate.
I tried to think when it first came, I tried to offer the groceries, you know, told me always my phone, because it didn't know my name, I wasn't trying to get it in my name. I mean, he lived there and he got paid. She told me always my phone. I don't know.
So you got a point to where you have to make a wall.
Like, I'm trying to get something to,
Like,
even if I can't sit here, I can get it.
is there anything situated as an attorney? In her
I really don't know the whole backstory, I mean, if she
I got
contacted,
people working there.
yeah, if she contacted FEMA, I don't know what stuff's available, but the fact that we took her information.
Right, now you put a house, well, maybe they put it somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? This-
Correct.
That's when we work on also. Yeah. It's just one continuing that following me back and following me back.
So what you waiting for, you to get back in touch with?
I talked to the lady 2 weeks ago and she told me she was gonna get with her supervisor. She said, I said, ma'am, it's been for 2 months since I talked to someone. She said, I know she should just be calm and everything now.
When you talking to people, you tell them that you're on a condemnation down and all that, and they expedite.
You know, if you're going against it where it's not back to the end, it's not our property, you know what I'm saying, Joe?
Just said, there's no succession for it.
You can call everybody you want, and I think they want to know who owns the property.
Right, and that's,
Okay?
they said,
That's where you live into that.
the lawyer said he didn't have,
have, I need to ask you all to take the name, but if y'all want me to, if y'all want the latest until the next meeting, I can talk to her and see if there's anything you think of, any kind of avenue you think of, and if there's none, you know, then I can at least know that there's none, but if there is, maybe we can map out a plan to see what can be done.
All right, I'll make a motion, if we go to the next meeting.
Motion made by George, second by Donnie, to give Bryce the next meeting to come up with recommendations or.
Yeah, this is the first one we're actually living in. You know,
I'd like to make a comment, I appreciate you coming.
yeah.
In person.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
We got off.
I'm to the next
It
meeting.
would be in your best interest to come to every meeting until you know.
Second to the next meeting.
All right, any questions? Audience, one time, two times, we're voting on Jody. Aye.
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Yes. Donnie, aye.
Second.
Next property is BC 1054, 2020 D Mountain Lane. This property is scheduled in August and November as various owners. At December 15, 2025 town meeting, the council voted to open demo bids and voted to hold off on accepting the demolition bids. At the January 5, 26 town meeting, council voted to give notice until this date to make more progress on the very next meeting.
One twenty B, Mountain Lane, the winter today, the structure is, looks like the roof came down, the wall came down.
Have a good one.
Part of the structure that got split out, the structure is falling down. Recommend that it stay on the conservation list until everything's.
Good job, Bill.
I guess, should guys get up, take one more time, get everything done, appreciate the time, so good. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 30 days, well,
That's why I'm asking you, 2 weeks, 30
Oh,
days?
yeah, 30 days,
218
Motion made
meeting,
by Jody for 30 days.
the 218 meeting. 218 meeting.
You go with that?
Thank you.
Need a
Thank you.
second?
I'll say.
Second by Nancy. Any questions? Audience one time, audience two time, audience three time. All right, we're going, Jody. Aye. Nancy.
Aye.
Mike. Donnie.
Aye.
Next property, BC 1044, 204 Grove Street, this property is scheduled in August of 2025. It was there was more to Adams Land Property Management and town attorney sent the owner notice of demo to be an owner after December 5, 25. January 5, 26 meeting, council voted to have the town council send out the second notice of demo, which was sent to go that would be to serve the owner with demolition to be an owner after January 16th. That date is due today.
204 Grove Street, the house is in basically the same condition it had been. I did notice today that they have a track hole in the front yard, they have a skid steer and 2 dump trailers there. So I recommend to stay on the condemnation list until everything's cleaned up.
Okay. Well, there's an incident, this little activity that went on today, we got a call from the office, I was in a meeting out of town. Kid was at the office, so I got Kid to go on the job site, he talked to you, George?
That's right.
Yeah. They'll put a whole bunch of construction, but George must have, so, I don't want to speak for you. He get his stuff out the house. So, George, you wanna say a few words?
Yeah, I mean, I told you I was getting it done, but then they showed up in my office, tear it down, I just said, like that, you know? You know, I wouldn't tear it down myself, you know, I mean, wood I want to keep, you know what I mean?
So, right?
Okay, so at the last meeting, there was a demolition notice sent out. Okay, at the last meeting, I went back and listened to the recording. Ms. Nancy's motion was send him another notice of demolition, and then if he doesn't show up at the next meeting,
Well, I don't have to read it, I know it's, no, I told them about no damn read, you know?
we voted on that. That would have been tonight. So you hear Mr. Jordan right now. The demolition notice was, it was an error that it was sent out, for the 16th. We should have waited to send it out within like around the period of time. So I'll take responsibility for that. we'd be here now, okay, so we're gonna figure out how we're gonna proceed. I understand he had his consultant, people who had stuff in the house to move out, but it's up to council discussion.
Contractor has mobilized equipment, so there is some expense on the contractor side at this point. That needs to be also considered.
I mean, on this one, the way it went down, we got expense on the contractor, he mobilized everything, he's on site ready to work. I mean, I get George's point, he wants to tear down, wants to do what he gotta do, I mean, like, most everybody else did. Don't know.
So did you start when you said that?
Yeah.
Also, I carried it out, I don't know where he saw it, what you should have done. I got one day off a week, that's it. And I do it every Sunday, I carry a little bit down, you know. And I follow in the power, and they come get it, you know. Thank you for that, you know.
That's all the cars they have right there, you put that?
It's, yeah.
It just look when you pass on the road, don't look like nothing gets done from this.
No, you gotta go in the back, you gotta go in the back of King's house, in my whole house, you know, I'm talking in the back, come here, son.
I will say, like, I went to do walk around, like, on the west end, like, towards the Mosul house. He's got the outside walls torn down, he's got the inside walls left, he's down to the steps on that one side. You know,
Give some more time.
George, how long do you think it would take? I'm not,
No, it wouldn't get dark every afternoon, I'll do something in the afternoon, I mean, I can't.
George, you heard the mayor talk a while ago about hurricane season, the neighbors and all
I
that.
understand that, you know, play around with the other guy, you know what I mean? I'm
Getting
doing
closer
something.
and closer to that.
I'm doing something, he ain't doing nothing.
That was okay. I hear you, George.
next month, no, in March, the time's gonna change. So we'll have more daylight.
Yeah,
Can it be done before hurricane season?
I'll give it help. I mean, you know, yes, I'll try it. I will promise you something, I can't do it, you know. But I'll
If
try
it's
it.
not done before hurricane season,
But hurricane is through the rest.
we're
wrong
gonna do the
word,
rest.
no, wrong way to put that. Wrong way to put
We're
that.
gonna do the rest. It's not done by hurricane season. But every so often, you're gonna have to.
What about the fact that the contract is on site?
Yeah.
All right, George, we're doing the hurricane off the blue way.
Yes, sir.
So what's the wish of the council? I mean, comment, I know you had the floor just now, you were finished. Any other comments? None? Mr. Gerald?
Why not take a picture of what he's accomplished so far, and before the next meeting, take a picture right before it and present it to the council to show his progress?
That's why I got the building inspector, he does that.
Yeah. Oh, do you take pictures?
No.
Okay. That's good.
All right, what wishes the council?
I have no problem with giving him all the time he needs to tear it down. The issue that's in front of me right now is that the contract is already
Yeah.
there with his dumpsters and all his equipment, that's,
And when did you receive the letter stating that we were coming and tear it down?
I know we never made the motion, she made the motion, I made the second.
He was served.
You served January 8th to do that we were going to tear it down?
I was just for a meeting. That's why I came this.
Right,
Well, at that last meeting, we made a motion for not to hold up to.
But I told the kid to get that.
So January 8th, he was served with a letter dated January 6th. Please be advised that a condemnation order has been issued for the above described property. Due to the failure to comply with the condemnation order issued by the town of Meadow, the town has awarded a contract to remove the structure located at 204 Barrett Street, Meadow, Louisiana. Please allow this to serve as formal notice under LA Revised Statute 334765C1 that the structure located at 204 Barrett Street in Golden Meadow, Louisiana will be demolished and removed beginning on or after January 16,
go from there, you know, go.
Motion made by George, is a question of Mr. Gerald.
Yeah, how is this person served? In person?
Yes, by an officer.
An officer is documented?
Yes, on this one right here.
Okay.
It's not signed by me, it's signed by an officer.
They require that we write everything on it and it is handled with the person as addressed to.
Yeah, he called me when he got served, he called me when he got served, and I basically told him that I was going to interfere in this meeting, because I thought that's what we voted on.
Okay, there's a motion, okay, we're discussing, there's a motion, we need a second. Second by Tom. Any further discussion? All right, audience one time, audience two time, audience three times. One discussion, I'll talk to the contractor, see what we can do about the improvement in the cost. And I'll get back to the council. Okay? All right, we'll vote on it. Jody? Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Skip?
Aye.
Donnie?
Aye.
That property, PC 1082 to 23 Jackson Street. Property was given reviewed in 2025, they wish to give orders of deed and construction. The town's council sent order notice of demolition to begin on or after December 5th of 2025. The January 5, 2026 meeting, council voted to leave down until this date to make more progress on both of the structures and to clean up the property and update this deed today.
183 Jefferson Street, that's where the two little blue houses were. The one little blue house that he wants to restore is still standing. The other blue house is down, and you can see where he has started making some more progress, where the floor's been taken apart and the wood's starting to move around. I do recommend to leave it on the condemnation list until everything's cleaned up. If he's gonna restore the other house, like I said, get a permit and have everything approved on what he's gonna do to that.
I got a question, when you gotta get the wood, you mentioned at the last meeting when you put some trash, is it still there, did you notice when you went?
I Jody, I went to the, got that down Jefferson.
The truck did come down, so all the thing, I don't know, if it's that spot.
When I was there this morning, there was nothing out on the road, all of his debris was still
Yeah.
on the property on the right side.
Same as last time, same, cause he said he was gonna put it right side.
Yeah, because when he talked to me last time, he's stacking it so that he can separate it, because some of the wood he wants to use and some he wants to keep.
I went in Gold Street, Jody, just so you know, I went in Jefferson, and I went in, whatever it is, backside your house, family, went down, pulled up, you know, on that other side of the road.
All right.
I'll go to the next meeting, get it cleaned up.
We can to next meeting?
Yep.
Okay, motion made by Kip,
I'll second.
second by Nancy, any questions? One time, two times, three times, we vote on it. Jody? Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Donnie? Aye, got it.
This property is BC 1091. This property was condemned in August of 2025 at the January 5, 2026 meeting. The council voted to give the owners until this date to make more progress on strapping down and anchoring the structure and updates due today.
This is the mobile home behind the fence. I noticed that most of all those tracks are all tied down in mobile home. There's a couple more probably you should put on it. But other than that, I recommend that we take it off the condemnation list.
All right.
Make a motion.
Motion made by Jody, second by Nancy, to remove it. Girl, you heard that, girl?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I did put two extra ones, 7 and 7. And we stopped.
Girl, you got it, hey, girl. Let's hear it. Girl. Let's hear it.
Thank you.
You, thank you for attending the meeting and keep us posted. Any other questions? One time, two times, three times, we're going, Jody? Aye. Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Earl.
This
Thank
property
you.
DC 1047, 2635 North Valley Drive. Property was condemned in June of 2025 and demolition to the word to be in construction on January 5, 2026. Council meeting, council voted to be done until this date to
2635 is the white building. I noticed they are putting more tin on the roof and everything. I see progress there, so I recommend it stays on the condemnation list until everything's completed.
All right, John,
And they have begun the permit process, they haven't finished it, but they have begun the permit process.
all right.
All right, I'll make a motion to give him more time. We can just go to the 218.
Second.
Motion by Nancy, second by Jody, any questions? Audience, one time, two times, three times, we're going, Jody,
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
Mike. Aye. Skip.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Mr. Rogers, Tom.
Next property is BC 1074, this is 2307 North Valley Drive. Property was condemned in June 2025, at the December 15th, 2025 town meeting, the council voted to open up demolition bid as opposed to hold off accepting the bid for this property and go to give you until the second meeting in January to make more progress on the property and update speaks today.
2307 North Bayou Drive. The property is in the same condition that it has been on previous inspections. I recommend it stays on the condemnation list until everything is completed.
Thank you.
I have a question. There's no debris or nothing, the grass is all cut around that house. What he's looking at to keep the house, what does that have to do, to get boarded up?
Yes,
Just to keep
ma'am.
it, keep it boarded up until you.
There's, like I said, you board up the windows, you board up all the, underneath the carport where all the exposed sections are. There's a post that's been broken out in the driveway, that's a supporting structure, stuff like that.
He takes care of that until he can afford to
Roof down. Yeah, thank you.
roof down.
Yeah, you
How
got-
does he has to fix that?
Yeah, you got to get the roof fixed because, the water is going to inundate and tear up more of the property, and stuff like that.
So it is raining in the house?
I haven't looked at the inside of the house, to tell if it's raining in there, but when the roof is damaged, if it's not fixed at a certain point, the wind is going to damage it more, which is going to cause the rain to get in at a certain point.
Shingle?
No,
No.
It's metal?
no, right now, there's nothing up there.
Nothing, so you could just reshingle? Or is it?
Well, and those are the things to where if he's, and on all these combinations, this is what I recommend, if the person decides whether they're gonna do a demolition or a repair, the first thing they need to do is go get a permit, and then that way, after they decide they're gonna get a permit, then you guys can recommend or request what type of inspections are being done, like the roof will have to be inspected, the electrical will have to be inspected. That's when we go inside and we see what kind of damage. That's when you can do as a committee, you can call and ask for a consultation inspection by an inspector who will go inside and make that, report to you on what kind of damages are inside that building.
He's here.
Brian?
Is there any damage?
They do have some damage, bathroom side, it did rain through, actually recently, I noticed the floor was wet, it hasn't rained besides that, inside the home, besides that one section, and it's maybe the end of one. I did go since, Adam fellow told me he was gonna back out of buying it. I have been going, clean out the big things, like taking out the washer, the dryer, stuff like that, shed, all the paint, stuff you can't throw in dumpsters, that's all been removed, the shed should be knocked down, maybe a couple weeks, depending on the schedule change, because I do work 7 to 7. They are possible changes to 14 and 14, so if they don't switch it this go around, I should have the shed knocked down next couple weeks, that's in the back, that is starting to fall apart, so that will be removed. Like I said, one section that it rains in, but at the end of the day, once I do have the money, probably I'll just knock down that, came up with 3.
Wishes of council? Your plan is to demolish it, right?
Yes, sir. And I already have bids that we talked about in previous meetings. I'll just get in contact with those people. But I do have somebody come and knock down the shed. Now, my question is, if I was to knock down the shed, or this person was to knock down the shed, Do I have a dumpster there, or is
You,
that?
you knock it down and put it by the curbside.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Um,
You knock it down.
Yes, sir.
A contractor does it, yeah.
Okay. Being I live highway and you're like right on the edge, would you want it like street side, you
Say
say?
put it, you know, probably better over there, put that bob lane, I think it is.
Yes, sir.
Just put it closer to the room.
Okay.
And,
All right. Which is the council?
But
You said something about 2 weeks, you said,
Depends with the schedule switch. We find out probably this stage if we're gonna stay 7 aside and switch to 14.
I'll make a motion to go to the 18th.
Okay, motion made by Jody, give it to the 18th.
A second.
Second by Nancy. Any other questions? Audience one time, two times, three times? We vote on it, Jody, Nancy,
Aye.
Mike, Jim, Donnie, here, Ryan, thanks for coming, Ryan.
You can't get to the 18th, you just call it down.
Yes, sir. I think, last week I had flu, so I actually emailed that I couldn't make it, but that was as well.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Right, the next property is, PC 1094. This shed structure was condemned in September 2025. Demolition bid was awarded to begin construction. The town's current owner, Rose Bimbo, begin owner after December 31st, 2025. January 5, 2026 town meeting, council voted to inform the demolition, not taking future days.
Okay, this 1201 North Garden Drive. Okay, so this is a typical permit to where a structure or addition needs to be built with a permit. And the reason I say that is with this structure that was added on to the back of this building, the question came up to me, how can we get something off the condemnation list? And the answer was, as long as all the doors and windows are closed, there was no protrusions into the building, we would take it off the condemnation. So what happened with this structure was, they put up a piece of plywood and nailed it to the back door. The back door happens to be an emergency egress to the house. So, if a fire breaks out in this house, in the front portion of this house, since this plywood is nailed to the building from the outside, I personally cannot take this off the condemnation list until the homeowners come, get a permit, expressly say what they're gonna do with this building. Are they gonna leave this back door securely nailed from the outside, which will cause an egress problem for somebody to leave this structure? So my recommendation is to leave this on the condemnation list until the homeowner either pulls a permit, restores, builds, puts a door on, puts the proper steps, proper handrails, proper guardrails, all this other stuff, or they come to the council and tell the council that they are no longer gonna use that back door as an emergency egress, and they're gonna secure that back door so that if a fire happens, nobody can leave from that back door. So at this time, I recommend to leave this on the condemnation list until the homeowner comes and states what they're gonna do with that back structure.
Even if nobody lives there,
This is,
like, that's what I'm asking, if no one lives in the building, it don't matter.
He wouldn't go there, he lived there, now he did good for
Right, but what I'm asking is, if no one's living in
Okay,
the
I'm
house,
sorry.
oh, if no one's living in the house, then there's not gonna be a problem, but there's electricity on this house.
we wanted to tear down last meeting.
I mean, the lights are on this house.
Can I make a motion to give 2 weeks, and I'm gonna contact the lady that we call and tell her what he told me, see what they gotta do. And then 2 weeks we can see what we're gonna do.
We voted to tear down last meeting. I mean, he's got more issues, he's got the structural issues, like the way that it's elevated, I remember the inspector saying he's got structural issues with the way it's elevated. He put his steps in the door, so he's gotta have hand railings and all on that. And then whatever he did by nailing the back, but last meeting we voted to tear it down.
That structure is attached to the house.
Not really. Not, really do it whatever you.
Building, make a building inspector answer that. Sir, you had a question?
Is that structure attached to that house?
It is attached, but it's not. And that's what I'm getting at is, when an addition or a structure is built without a permit, sometimes individuals think they're building something that is sound, where if they had inspections, then they would clarify how something needs to be built, how it needs to be attached.
Do we know when that was built?
Is it only the doorway that's attached? To the house?
No, ma'am. There's pictures, and the whole side of the structure is attached to the house. And then what it is, it's like a little washroom. And then they come out their back door onto the washroom, and then to leave that room, you have to go out that door that now has a plywood nailed to the outside.
Again, what other question I have is, from what I understand you were saying, if they determine they're not gonna use that door, you take it off the condemnation, I mean, it's okay. It's not gonna blow away and knock somebody's house down. You take it off the condemnation.
Okay. Okay, so this is where we go again with, they need to pull a permit so that the inspectors can inspect the building. All I'm doing is checking whether it's gonna stay on the condemnation list or not.
All right, Billy?
I got a question for him. You just said the building is attached, but it's not attached. So, help me out here. If we get a tropical storm, probably that thing's gonna go, or you think it can make 100-mile-an-hour wind, 150? I think a little northwestern will knock it down, that's my opinion. But you just made the comment, and you better than me, it's attached, but it's not attached. So, we just talked about neighbors, we just, storm was 5 years ago, they'll do it, Joe.
That's what I brought up last meeting, Dylan. I mean, Darren's got a bunch of money in granite windows. I mean, it's been going on a little while now. The owner think he done, but the inspector says he's not.
The inspector just quoted y'all, it's attached, but it's not attached. What we got? Is it welded? What we got? Some number 12 nails in there, you know what I mean?
All right.
So,
I mean, I thought we voted to tear it down last meeting.
We did.
We did? All right, why didn't you?
Because the issue, I think the issue with it was boarded up, so I don't know when.
The plywood keep running, stopped everything.
That was right after the last meeting.
Well, next time, whatever the council votes on, plywood or no plywood,
Is it plywood about?
you know, it's a wish of the council. You know what I'm saying, right? I mean,
So the notice of demolition.
I can go tomorrow and say, well, this is no that.
We need to issue another notice.
It's already been approved, so one will be sent out.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I think Kyle had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Tom.
So, my question is, and it may be a stupid question, but it's the question I'm gonna ask. So, if this structure is attached to the house, we can tear that down but not the house down? If it's a part of the house?
Well, he's saying it's attached and not attached, so we gotta take it, we're doing the salt case. You know what I'm saying?
There is a back door though, but they tear it
That's
down.
common sense.
Yeah, you got a back door.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but he just attached right now.
Well, with all respect what the building inspector's saying, I think we all common sense for it, know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So that's not question there. Mr. Gerald?
Is there egress from the main house to the shed, from inside the house?
Yes.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's abandoned, nobody's living there.
Let's move forward to the next item.
All right, next property is BC 1085. This is a South Bayou Drive. This property was condemned in September 2025. At the December 1, 2025 meeting, the council voted to adjourn until the first meeting in February 2026 to make more progress on tearing down and to repair the structure. So that is, wait, I'm sorry, apologize. February, I jumped here. No action necessary.
You just wanted,
Just to let y'all know, he does have a trailer in there.
all right, Tom, any other questions, Mr. Thomas, it's staff? Well, thank you, all ladies and gentlemen.
Thank y'all for coming.
Okay, building permit, we don't have any. Occupational license, we don't have any. Project status report, Mr. Goodman.
The sewer phase 7 again is complete, it's been complete for a long time. People had some questions and concerns that something the planning is addressing. We expect that.
What is the
They had some, some certified people. Don't want to say they're just minor things, but they're things that just, the paperwork wasn't done. I don't think anything was done wrong, it's just the paperwork didn't get filed. Correct. Okay. The seawall, we still have not heard anything from Delta Regional Authority. FEMA, the construction grant applications, we submitted that to FEMA several months ago, we still haven't heard back from them yet. The sewer phase 8, outer limit should be coming in, I think in like 2 weeks, they plan on coming to make those last, service risers.
So out of them, the one that's connected?
Yeah, it's not actually connections, it's actually building the services to connect to. The Armand Seat project, we still haven't gotten the permits on those. FEMA preliminary flood maps, we still haven't heard from FEMA on our next step. Sewer phase 9, that funding request was submitted. So we are waiting on that process to go through, and we just heard that that same group is starting another process for projects of that sort, so we'll be looking to see what else we can put in there. And then the capital outlay funding is, waiting on the legislation going to session.
All right. Okay, John, appreciate it. I got one comment, under his category. I know years ago, I'm talking many years ago, all building permits used to be presented to the board. You remember that? And, I think we need to get back to that, so the board can stay up to speed with what's going on. I mean, it's getting more technical these days than it was 25 years ago. I don't know what wishes of y'all. I mean,
You mean like, he knows the permit that don't need a variance, still bring it, does it come on?
Yeah, we know.
That's cool, I'm not good at that.
What type of information would you like to see?
well, at least a list of permits, you know what I'm saying, and they have a question on a certain one, then you can bring the backup part.
You want a motion on that?
You good with that?
I'm good with that, Mark, good with that.
That's electrical permit, no matter
Yeah.
what kind of permit.
Building permit? You want electrical too?
Not good, because all that happens pretty much online now, the main building permits that the concept you're talking about. So we can just, every month, we can get a synopsis of what is going through and send it into that.
Because, we gotta call your office and see if they got a permit or whatever, so, start next month.
Need a motion on this, Mr. Chairman?
I mean,
Just shoot us an email.
I'll be ready.
Yeah.
No, that's something you already, we already have it.
We had it, we just stopped because there wasn't a whole lot, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Okay.
And like I said, at the end of the month from now on, we'll get a list of outstanding permits, put it together and send it to you.
Same situation, you can put it in a folder. Thank you, John. All right, attorney's report, Bryce?
Okay, we have, first thing is adjudicated properties, we already passed, the ordinances for the sixth, and then the seventh, which is the Meadow Lane. We introduced the ordinance of the public hearing, and considering the ordinance of the next week. The next one is 508 South Miami Drive, that's SP Sheremy. We sent a letter giving him until January, actually, the letter said to appear at the January 20th meeting. I don't know if he's here.
SP, you got an update?
Yeah, I'm working on it, just, it's not every day I can get a piece of equipment from my job, and it's not every week I can rent a $250 piece of equipment from True Value. I'm doing what I can, I got help. Got a guy coming every couple of days in my hand, and I'm working on it.
Just to let you know, Joe, I went to the place with him and got all the grass cut. Some of the power, you see that, like with a scale, you know, I was to keep that, to put on his roof.
I mean, it's kind of hard to clean up my property when they got the neighbors throwing stuff on my property.
Well, make a complaint? Well, first of all, you had 6 weeks to do it. And after 30 days, the letter said 2 weeks. If you didn't have everything done, they would hire a contractor. And you called me to actually, to give you more time, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I gave you 30 days. And you wasn't meeting the last meeting, you had to go to work, we ran that. It's 6 weeks going on, and you got neighbors still complaining, you know? Not that Mayor speaking on you, I'm dealing with people making complaints.
And he's complaining on me, but then the property on the other side of him, that the grass been growing up for 25 years. Nobody never, he don't say nothing about that. But the board of suspense also.
What I'm saying
And
is,
I'm gonna get it done faster than the 25 years that the grass next door been cut.
well, the same situation, you know, they're afraid strong men are gonna blow the stuff in their property. You know what I'm saying? That's the tough we're dealing with. You know, you don't do it, then they come to my office and say, well, y'all can't get them to do nothing. I mean, we the mayor and the council, you can't get them to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have with it, SP.
It's not like it's not like I'm not doing nothing though.
I understand, but it needs to get done. I mean, right now, we're at a point where we can hire a contractor to go clean up the rest. And the council votes on it. Is that correct, Mr. O'Donnell?
I'm sorry, what was the last part you said?
I say we're at a point where it went beyond the level, the town has a.
I don't think this is the first letter we sent.
I'm telling you, tonight we're gonna tell a contractor to go and clean up the property. I mean, we wanna work with you, but you know, you gotta be concerned is the debris that's on your piece of property, you know? Dealing on a complaint. So. It's up to the council, you don't wanna hire somebody and go get it done and be finished with it?
Well, we're looking at price wise.
I don't know, probably right. I think you got one.
No, but people are gonna put on my taxes, like when you cut the grass, $700.
Yeah, that was one of the situations I had before, you know, we were trying to work with you, but again, pick up the phone, I listen to the complaint, it's my job to hear the complaints and to solve the complaints, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's this time for to put it to rest and clean it. So, what, y'all want me to deal with it, or y'all wanna vote on it?
You deal with it, is it?
I'll deal with it, I'll get a contractor tomorrow, dispute. I'm gonna get a contract tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you the price, okay, move forward.
Well, my property's paid for, I don't owe nobody nothing, and I do not, allow anybody without my permission on my property.
Well,
So, I'm working on it, I'm not saying, not like I'm saying I'm not doing, I'm chewing up to the meetings, I'm working on it.
well, again, the complaint's still there,
Right.
so.
When I did go right, Joe, it was a lot of things we did not
I know you cut the grass, but some of them not worried about it, you're not worried about it. You're not getting the phone calls I get, you know?
But I did stuff on my
That person took on.
No, he gonna call me, cause it's gonna get done.
Go ahead.
You know?
Hey, he's gonna call you,
You're gonna give him 30 days.
he's gonna call you because it's your best friend.
You
How's that, now best friend, there's no best friend. I'll
That's
give you
what
the
you said
law,
on the
I'll
phone.
come back here tomorrow. All right, move on.
Yeah, next two items on the agenda, the BC 1073 and BC 1093. The liens have been filed, and we'll move the process is complete. I request that y'all consider removing them from the vote items 3 and 4.
Moved by Nancy, second by Kip. Any questions? One time, two times, three times, we'll vote on it, Jody? Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Mine. Ayes have it.
Okay, now, if y'all wouldn't mind, I ask y'all to, I'll be quick, but if y'all would consider adding, golf cart legislation to the agenda.
Make a motion to add that.
Okay.
Motion made by Jody, second by, Nancy. Audience one time, audience two times, audience three times, we'll vote on it, Jody.
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Donnie?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, Representative Orgeron called me last week, just to ask whether he was putting together a little bill, ask whether there was anything after our public hearings with the, golf cart ordinance, if there was anything we felt that could be cleaned up with the statute that was passed last year. I talked to the chief, I talked to the mayor, I talked to Jerry. Two things we came up with was, in the statute, we talked about electric golf carts only. And in the ordinance, we kind of deal with that under low-speed vehicles. The other thing that we deal with under low-speed vehicles is side-by-sides or utility terrain vehicles. So those are two things that, we feel that will clear this up a lot if we got the statute, passed. So any of what the paper I gave y'all earlier is something I received this afternoon, from Representative Orgeron's office, that somebody with the Capitol, did their best shot at drafting what this legislation would do. In essence, it just removes electric from the definition of golf carts, so you could clearly be using gas powered or electric golf cart, and specifically adds UTVs with this side-by-side fit that definition. So I think this would clean up, the statute that was passed last year, again, based on some comments that we received feedback on from the town. So, I don't know if y'all have any comments, or really just to let y'all know that, these available to introduce that deal.
Need a motion for us to move forward with it? All right. Moved by Kip,
I'll second.
second by Nancy. Any questions? One time, two times, three times, we'll vote on it, Jody?
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
All right, correct. Thank you. Chief of Police?
Okay, so, my discussion goes with Bryce, and we talked about this, and that we were we had some questions that need to be answered. So, going along with what he's saying about the low-speed vehicle, the golf cart has less rules than the UTVs, or side-by-sides, or whatever. So if we're gonna go with a gas-powered golf cart being a low-speed vehicle, it has to have these things. So if somebody calls and says, well, it's a golf cart, but it's a gas golf cart, so is it gonna be a low-speed vehicle, or is it gonna be considered a golf cart?
So under this, it would still be considered a golf cart. It would still need to meet the requirements that we currently have in the ordinance for golf cart.
Okay, so my next question, and our next discussion is, are we gonna allow UTVs in the park? We have people that go to the park, we have people that were going a lot.
Yes, I thought they weren't crossing the back road.
Mr. Gerald?
That's my point. It's against the law to cross 3235.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not the crossing.
The state statute says state cross, the state highway.
The interstate.
Straight across.
You can cross the way it's property.
You can only cross at an intersection that goes from a low mileage, so like 15 miles per hour or 30 miles per hour to the other side. The only place in the town of Golden Meadow that happens is from Oak Ridge to the park.
Probably one of the worst intersections in town.
Yeah.
But it has to be clearly marked, so you would have to have signage saying that the low-speed vehicles will be crossing here. That's the supposed to make a copy of it, but I didn't,
It's more detailed.
work shift that needs to, so I think they can do it. A low-speed vehicle, which is why I said, we're talking about a guy's golf cart. If it's gonna be a golf cart, then it won't be a low-speed vehicle. We gotta remember a golf cart and a low-speed vehicle had different rules. So I just need to clear all of this up, because I had somebody that came to me and said, this is what we got, the ordinance doesn't follow this. Y'all can make it more strict, we cannot make it more lenient. If we say we don't want anybody in the park, we don't want anybody crossing the 4-lane, DOTD was adamant about not letting them ride on the 4-lane. So if y'all say, no, we don't want them crossing the 4-lane, we can put a stop to it tonight and say, no, they cannot go in the 4-lane, period.
No crossing the 4 lane and no going in the park, unless if it's part of the.
That was
What if somebody gets that say I'm going from the Oak Creek Drive? Well, it's legal, it's a state statute.
We can put a stop to it.
And we can ride them if we bring him?
Unless if it's part of the.
If we bring him there?
Yeah, unless it's part of the.
That's why I'm asking, do y'all want to let them ride in the park? Because that's a whole nother, if y'all say, y'all don't want them in the park, then that puts a stop to it completely.
That's what I'm getting
This
at.
would be for a,
No crossing the back road, what do you mean? And, I mean, say, trick or treat, Halloween, like Colin all do, whatever, you know what I mean? Connie's got one coming up to Easter, parade, you know?
Would you consider a private birthday party as an event?
no,
It'd
No,
have to be a public
it would
event.
have to be a public event.
Okay.
It would have to be, that we would say, Halloween, parades,
that would be some lawyer
it
terms.
would just be,
So what are your questions?
Why?
Do you wanna do it or not? Is that your
that's
question?
my question.
Why?
Only gonna allow
That's
them
my
in the
question.
park.
Why?
Except for
Why?
special events.
Why, Bob?
I just say special event, I don't know, I mean, that's what I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
I'm just wondering why. I mean, I can understand a golf cart parade,
Yeah,
but for the event, like a car.
But we have,
I don't,
Other,
you misunderstood me, Mike.
jurisdictions that come on side by side,
I mean,
would
that apply
to them?
but that's a different story. Harbor Police trailers, the side by side, and they use it to help get people around. That's a
All right,
different
be the
story.
reason of not letting them go. Be the reason of not letting them ride.
Tearing up the park,
You got a
safety.
question?
You gotta go full speed.
Yeah.
You got a question?
My personal opinion, special occasion, nobody should be going across the road on that because everybody's gonna be drinking. And that's the worst is sometimes somebody, now if you're just riding around, that's a different story, but the special event, everybody's drinking and partying and
Well, okay.
I mean, you understand, I mean, it's selling for the anniversary, I mean, that's a special event, just the same. Everybody's drinking, I was probably the only one not drinking, if you got people driving that,
Can
that's
I
not
make a
right.
recommendation, since this is the people's town, that we could have a public hearing there to see if they want to go across? I know we the officials, but they want to.
I would agree with it.
I mean, I don't agree with it, but if that's what you wanna do, Jordan.
Hold on.
Right, yeah, think be fair.
I enjoy it when I bring my grandkids to the park and things and swing myself.
Right, that's, was my
I will
point.
during the week when the water
Instead of a
dries.
special occasion,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Better
I'm
not
ready.
Trailer at the end, I have to, but I would like to ride it.
Because we would go bring them to the park, I ain't lying.
Okay, the chief had a simple question, a yes or a no, is that correct, chief?
Yeah.
It's not that simple, no.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want it, you don't
What
want it.
about just on the street, not on the
No, present your question again so we can refresh everybody.
My question is, does the council want to allow people to ride golf carts or side by sides or whatever? It wouldn't be a golf cart because they can't cross the road. To allow low speed vehicles in the park.
I get where you coming from, right, like bringing your grandkids, ride to the park and all, huh?
I don't care if it's work.
I know you don't
You
care,
know,
I'm not saying
but some
that.
people
Some
do.
people do.
And that's the worst intersection in town, probably, right there.
Nancy likes to ride up, like to ride out, y'all don't have to, y'all don't know what we're talking about.
You
know where we're coming from.
used to do, I mean, it's not, I mean, I wouldn't back in the day, we didn't ride on the back road. You know what I mean? I mean, now all of a sudden you wanna ride on the back road, you're doing 50 miles an hour? When you got
Cross
kids?
right on the back road, just cross the road.
But you want driver's license, I can cross with my car.
One at a time.
Yeah?
Mr. Chairman,
Right.
again, having this as a,
I sympathize with the chief, because the chief and her deputies are the ones that have to enforce the town ordinances.
Well, that's,
She needs a yes or no.
that's
Clear
all,
cut.
that's all you can do.
Yeah, clear cut. That's what she needs to know.
What you wanna do?
Well, if you ask me, I'll say yes.
All right, you make a motion.
Can we have a
You making a
meeting
motion?
about? Can I have, I wanna make a motion, have a public meeting about it, see what our
I'm making a
town.
motion for that, I'll second it.
All right, there's a motion made by Nancy, second by Joey to have a public hearing.
I don't agree, but I'm good with it. That's what I wanna do.
Any question? Any other question? We'll vote on it. Jody,
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
Mike,
Nay.
here,
Nay.
Donnie.
I
Aye.
want to see what the public has to say.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
that's, all right.
The statute said no to.
Even all was right out there.
sorry, Rice.
This isn't the chief of police's report.
Yeah, that was mine.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so,
No business.
I did have another discussion though. We were talking about parades.
Wait.
Well, that was with mine.
We add the agenda.
No, that was with, like, that was another question. Probably the one.
Okay, good, what did that got behind?
No. It's,
Hold on, Mr. Young, I got a question.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, I wasn't here at the last meeting, I knew there was any discussion, but originally, there was not gonna be allowed to cross the fog line to cross LA one, is that correct?
Correct.
So anyone wanting to go, say, to their boat or cross to go on the bridge, strictly resolved?
it is.
It is, huh? Okay, I just wanted,
According to the ordinance, it is.
yeah, I just wanted to
So that
clarify.
was another one of my questions, Mr. Chairman, because that was another thing that was brought to my attention was that, you know, it's a lot easier to go on the golf cart or side by side. The ordinance says on the sidewalk side of the road, so
Hey, you're the chief.
we're following the law. I want to clear this up before, you know.
Good, Mr. Gerald.
One other question, everyone in town received their letter, I presume. When will the enforcement of this law start, and when will the inspections start?
Inspection started today.
Today?
Enforcement started a couple of months ago.
Okay.
No, the ordinance that's on hand, we haven't done a public hearing, so.
Thank you. All right, we'll move forward, so you got chief? Open the 13 Idle project, senior citizen travel building, 50% repair, estimate complete by 1/13/26, waiting on FEMA's obligation.
Yeah, I checked today and it was still with the PD&G to move forward, so it's still in there.
Project 71, project 7, I mean, I ain't gonna say the number, so dyslexic. Swimming pool, building, swimming pool, bathhouse, building, alternate project, working on plans to submit to FEMA. Our plan was to go with,
That's classified.
We voted on that.
we were working on it. Okay, next, American Union Monument, concrete slab completed, working on monument replacement. I got a little, I'm making it as short as I can. Last meeting, I told you, the welder was working on the last piece, and we'll put the monument up. So, we're getting ready, putting everything together, to go back there and put the monument up. Somebody came and said, there's two other pieces. I said, three other pieces. He said, yeah, and I did some research, he found 3 other pieces in a yard down the valley in the mud. It was picked up 6-7 years ago after a hurricane, it was placed over there. So, that put a kink in the situation of putting it together. I guess I'm here to ask again, the council's gonna move on it, because it's two big pieces. You're back there, looking at another $10,000, there's a lot of names in those two.
This is the mayor, I'll make that motion, that I get $10,000.
I'll second.
All right, motion made by Jordan, second by Skip. So with that saying, well, we can move forward, and, you know, hopefully we can complete the project, and we can recognize our veterans and the.
And as long as you're doing a good job as you did on the other stuff, on this.
Yeah, I don't know if you got any comment, this is the guy that went find the marble, I don't know how he blew my mind when he did that, and I couldn't figure it out.
I'm gonna compliment your crew, Sal and his crew. I'm gonna say this, the other story that I, but, okay, we went and found it, but the marble went all the way to Homer, because the KDM was supposed to give them a good price to polish it and redo the names, but when they saw this stuff, they like, oh, it was proficient. So Sal and I came back, and the group, I mean, with buffers, I guess, or buffers or whatever, he got the right tools, but they shined it up, and they basically painted it, they could probably give a KDM a run for their money, you know, so they did a great job, shining it up, and over the holidays, you know, so I've been doing this on my time off, and yeah, I'm charging the town as late, you know, I mean, I'm on my time off, so I pay my price a lot, and so we put it together, and holidays came around, and I was finished. Whew, we finished. And I'm just saying that, I talked to Joey, and I said, I see some holes in Golden Meadow, and I was just expecting, I said, man, can't be somebody that grinded up some marble, you know? And, but I said, hey, Joe, I said, look, make a few phone calls or something, see what happens. And, you'll see a little prayer for Kevin Sheridan, you know, his diabetes is tearing him up, but, he was heavily involved, and, I called him up, and he told me, he forgot what song it was, but it got knocked out.
Still.
Okay, and, told me to contact SP came years ago to get up with some equipment, and picked it up for us. And when I went to talk to them, I mentioned, he said, yeah, honey, I picked that up a long time ago. He said, hey, we wanted to ask for it, you know? So I was expecting to find two little bit piece of marble, but then I found two pieces, 6 foot high, 3 foot wide, and then goes 259, he goes across the top. So again, I had a chance to meet with Kip and Mike, and Ada was Alexis came, you know, she's a veteran. Basically, I showed him everything, and then I met with Connie on Saturday. She was doing good, and I kind of explained, you know, show her everything, and you know, and then this, like I said, we just more material and more time, you know.
Well, like I said, I appreciate you finding it, and, I sure enjoyed it.
And I do want to mention, I just heard this, but okay, first of all, thank the town of Golden Meadow, handing up the money and making it happen. I know Rotary Club participated in it, I do want to see that. And I would hope, and this is my hope, this is what I feel, the veterans did participate in the first go round, and I would hope that the veterans of the road would participate in the second group, you know, in helping, because it's a group effort, it's up, but I think it's gonna, more people are gonna see it, and then what sees the Veterans Memorial in Guyana, my opinion.
Got last name.
Last name, but I think it'll be viewed more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, I thank the council for supporting the project. Thank you, Bill. Okay, we vote on Jody.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
Mike.
Aye.
Kip.
Aye.
Tony.
Aye.
All right, thank you all. LGAP grant, $35,000 sidewalk repairs to be identified and be in first quarter of 2026. Okay. We went through some different locations, Sharon Lane North, Sharon Lane South, Andre Lane North, Jack Lane, DNR Lane North, Homeway Lane North, and Cameron Lane South. These are the areas we're going to be taking care of. So I think we voted on, I'd like to get a vote on it again, because we voted on it last time, I had to ask them. The first list we had $18,000. And we went a lot further, so. There's a motion made by Kip,
Second.
second by Mike. Any questions? One time, two times, three times, we vote on it. Jody?
Aye.
Nancy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Kip?
Aye.
Connie?
Aye.
Ayes have it. East Egg Hunt, 3rd, 28, 26, the second event. Any comment? Connie, you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Councilman Sherry, and sanitation report?
Yes, we're still ongoing, just talked to Sam last couple of days, we can pick up some of the stuff in the north end of Fort Desai, but most of the stuff, like, a big pile down there, but I think Sam told me he talked to Mr. Lieutenant. Gotta work it out.
Yeah, I think he had talking about it.
We should see some, hopefully some jobs.
Right. Okay, thank you, Joe. Council will consider approving the December budget for actual finance report. Everybody had a copy?
I move.
Moved by Jody, second by Nancy. Any questions? One time, two times? Mr. Gerald?
We do have a balanced budget?
Yeah, for right now, yeah.
Okay,
First month.
first one, January, only guarantee.
Okay. All right, going Jody, Nancy, Mike.
Aye.
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 Kip,
Aye.
Connie, now consider. Council consider approving the crew of Meadow Irish Italian parade requested the parade through the Congo and Sunday, March 29, 2026.
I'm moving that.
Wait, 1 second.
I need to, I did a couillon thing, I need to ask y'all to, amend this, item to Saturday, March 21st. I accidentally sent Tracy our letter from last year, instead of this year.
Saturday, March 21st?
Yes, sir.
I still move on that.
All right, moved by Kip,
Second.
second by Connie. Any questions from the audience? One time, two times, three times? We'll vote on it. Jody? Nancy?
Aye.
Mike? Kip? Connie? Ayes have it. Council consider adopting the 2025 LA completion questionnaire. Need a motion?
Move.
Moved by Kip, second by Nancy. Any questions? One time, two times, three times, we'll go on to Jody, Nancy,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Kip, Connie. Ayes have it. Council consider approving an Easter golf cart parade to parade through the Congo Meadow on Saturday, March 28th at 1 p.m. beginning at Omar Street and ending down Oak Ridge Drive into the park.
Second.
Moved by Jody, second by Nancy. Any questions? One time, two times, three times, we're going to Jody, Nancy,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Kip, Donnie. Ayes have it. Council consider authorizing the mayor to troubleshoot and repair the 30 kW Waukesha generator package.
I move.
Moved by Mike, second by Connie. Any questions? One time, two times, three times, we're going to Jody, Nancy, Mike, Chip. Ayes have it. Any other business brought before the council? There's no other business before the council,